Hello?
This is a presidential alert. It is not a test.
John Allen Garrity.
You've been selected for emergency shelter relocation with
Allison Rose Garrity. Nathan Beckett Garrity.
You are allowed one personal bag. There are no exceptions.
Hi everyone, I'm Dom Griffin. I'm a film critic and you're watching the Armchair Auteur. This is an ongoing video series I do where we talk about new movies, old movies, screenplay analysis, that sort of thing. So if you like movies and film culture and you like to see people pick it apart, please consider subscribing. Today I'm going to be reviewing Greenland from writer-director Ric Roman Waugh, who you may know as the filmmaker behind such films as Felon, Snitch, and Shot Caller. He also directed the last installment of the Has Fallen series with Gerard Butler, who stars here in the film as well. I went into this movie knowing literally nothing about it. Like, I hadn't even read the logline or the premise. I just knew Gerard Butler was in it, so I sort of assumed he'd be like shooting and or punching and or kicking people, and that's not quite the case. The only thing I actually knew about the movie going in was this extremely chaotic poster that doesn't seem to know what the movie is or what audience it's trying to appeal to. Very strange. So it's a movie about the end of the world, kinda, but it's also sort of about the many petty domestic squabbles we as humans have with one another in the world that would be dramatically easier to resolve if the end of the world was about to happen. Like, who couldn't put aside their differences if, say, a comet was hurtling towards the Earth's surface? Gerard Butler plays, well, the only kind of role Gerard Butler plays anymore, sort of a big stubbly guy radiating weapons-grade divorced dad energy. He's an architect or something, and he and his wife, played by Marina Baccarin, are on the outs and trying to make their marriage work for each other and also their young son on his birthday. We don't find out until much later in the film that Butler's infidelity is the cause for their rift, because before we ever get to that revelation, there's a fucking comet that everyone thinks is just going to pass Earth by, but the trajectory is off, so now it's going to hit Earth, and pieces of it are going to keep hitting Earth. But luckily, the world's governments have a special evacuation plan for people chosen at random by lottery to fly to a special bunker in Greenland. Butler's family is chosen, so the movie follows them trying to get to the plane, their son's diabetes causing them to be rejected and subsequently split up, so it becomes this big road movie about the family trying to reunite and survive this apocalyptic level event. It's not bad, per se. Like, I have a bit of a soft spot for Waugh as a director because I loved Angel Has Fallen more than the rest of that franchise, and I thought Shot Caller was a solid movie that suffered from being 2 seasons worth of television shoved into a 2-hour runtime. But he doesn't bring much to the table here with a bargain bin premise that Dean Devlins of the world have been doing for decades. The special effects aren't spectacular, but are good enough to believably sell the premise. But it's stuck in this weird space where it's not bombastic enough to be a big spectacle, and the drama isn't compelling or well written enough to be one of those indie takes on the genre, like some of Britt Marling's early movies. It's just this kind of mediocre genre exercise that works largely just because Gerard Butler is fun to watch and has carved a very specific niche for himself. If you like watching late period Butler, this isn't exactly a slog, but if he's not your cup of tea, I can't think of a strong reason to bother. It's just one of those movies that tries to find drama in the world ending and people turning bad, but the transformations are all too abrupt and too silly to feel like meaningful commentary on the inherent savagery of humanity. All told, there's exactly 3 times I was actually very into this movie. Time 1 was when Gerard Butler is trying to tell his wife about the voicemail he got about the doomsday shelter and her not believing him, then the first impact hits and she has to believe him. Like, the movie lives very squarely in that space for divorced dads, where the main character's paternalistic instincts are proven correct by a fantastical set of circumstances, kind of like Taken. Time 2 was when the other parents at the birthday party don't understand how Gerard Butler is the only one with the doomsday shelter invite, and this black woman in the background keeps checking her phone like, now I know I gotta have one too, this is bullshit. And time 3 is when Gerard Butler ends up having a hammer fight with 2 yokels who want to steal his doomsday shelter pass. Can't go wrong with a hammer fight. Honorable mention goes to Vine star King Bat showing up for exactly 1 scene. But like, other than those 3 things and that one thing, there's just nothing about this movie that would make me want to watch it again or tell other people to watch it or to continue talking about it beyond this. Like, there's just nothing else to pick apart. It's a movie, it's out, it happened, it's out theatrically today, it's out on VOD if you want to buy it, but why would you? Those are my thoughts on Greenland. It's fine, it's cool. If you're a Gerard Butler completist, have at it. If you're not, keep it moving. If you guys have any thoughts about Gerard Butler or this movie or anything at all, talk to me in the comments below. I'm always around, I always try to answer them whenever they pop up. I don't have a lot else I'm doing. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the little bell icon so you get notifications when I put out new videos. And as always, be good to each other and yourselves. Wear your masks. Stay safe. And I'll see you guys in the next one.